Welcome to the second part of the first lesson. So in the last video for grade 4, we looked at part 1 for lesson 1. In this video, we will look at part 2. So part 2 is in your activity book. You need to open the activity book, pages 8 and 9, and all of these activities are to be done for the second part of the first lesson titled New Neighbors. So you could remember we listened and also saw the animation for this conversation, New Neighbors. And again, so in this video, we will do some tasks together and which are in your activity books. So let's look at the first task. The first task says look and match. We have here some photos of our friends Lottie, Fatma and Sammy. We need to match them with their the speech bubbles. So they're talking about what? Yes, they're talking about themselves. Sammy here says, I'm Sammy, I'm 8, I'm Omani. So these are 3 things he's talking about himself. These 3 things are, so he first says his name, then number 2 he says his age, and number 3 he says his, you know what, when we say where we are from, we say the country. I am from Oman. But if you say I am Omani, we call this in English nationality. Okay, so he also said his nationality. So these are the 3 things Sammy said about himself. Let's do this task together in the interactive task, and we will click the question here. Okay, so let's look at these 3 puzzles. So we need to let's say connect the puzzle pieces together. The Sammy's sentence is already done, so he says I'm Sammy, I'm 8, I'm Omani. And then we have the first one. This is who? Yes, it's Lottie. So is this Lottie? Look at this one. I'm Fatma, I'm 9, I'm Omani. So this is not Lottie. Let's look at the second one. I'm Lottie, I'm 9, I'm Australian. So yes, this is for Lottie, and this last one for Fatma. Let's check our answers.
Well done!
Okay, so let's now move on to the coming task. So as I said before, you talk about your name, your age, and your nationality. In activity 2, it says draw and describe yourself. So this time it's your turn to talk about yourself. These 3 questions you need to answer. You need to say what's your name, how old are you, where are you from? So these 3 questions. Let's open the task. So you can draw yourself even here using the pen here. You can change the color, and then you can choose the thickness of the pen, or you can even draw using the you can only have the arrow for the mouse. So this is the pen. If you want to draw a face, for example, which shows you, I hope you are good at drawing. Drawing is nice, and you can even learn to draw if you're not. So you can do this with your teacher or at home. So of course you need to also answer these questions. The first question says what's your name? So you will say your name here. Let's say somebody is his name is Ahmed. You'll write Ahmed. How old are you? If you are in grade 4, mostly you're going to be 9, maybe 8 even. Where are you from? I'm from Oman. So we will write the country, which is Oman. And of course the nationality is going to be I'm Omani, of course. Okay, so these are the answers. You can even save your work, and you will have the picture, the drawing downloaded on your device. Okay, so let's close this now. This is for activity 2. And of course, if you talk about yourself like your friends, you're going to say, we'll have another note here. So let's have this note here in green. So you're going to say, let's take the same example. I'm Ahmed, I'm 9. So this is going to be I'm Omani. Okay, you can write the same about yourself and change, of course. You have a different name, maybe age, and also if you're not Omani you can write your nationality here. So that's for the second activity. Let's move on to activity 3 here. Activity 3 says look and write the countries. So we have, what do we call this in English? Yes, it's a flag. So we have Oman and other countries, but the country name is not complete. We have some missing letters. So in order to complete this task, let's open the question. So look and choose. We have this flag for Oman, and that's why we have Oman here. Do you know the flags of these other countries? You can ask your teacher to help you, or you can prepare at home before going to school. So what is this country? Is it Australia, Egypt, Britain, Brazil, China, or the USA? So decide what country it is. What do you think this one is? Yes, it's Britain. Let's move to this flag. Do you know what country this is? Yes, it's China. What about this one? Okay, yes, it's Australia. I will leave these 3 for you. You can look for the flags and then know the answers, okay? Now let's move on to activity 4. Activity 4 says look at activity 3. Read and write the nationalities. So we looked at countries here. Okay, we looked at the countries here, but here we're looking at the nationality, okay? So this is the country, and here we look at the nationality. Okay, let's look at activity 4 here. So we previously looked at the names of the countries. Now we have the nationalities here. So it says look at the pictures, read and write the nationalities: American, Australian, Brazilian, British, Chinese, Egyptian. And there's something you need to know. We always start the country names with capital letters: capital O, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital A, and capital E. Here, because we have the, we don't write the in capital, but the country has 3 words: the United States of America. So we have all of them capital. But these are the nationalities. American, for which country do you think? We don't have anything here America, but we said the United States of America. So American is for this country, the USA. Then Australian, of course, for Australia. Brazilian for Brazil. British for Britain. Chinese for China. Egyptian for Egypt. So you're going to read the sentence which describes the flag and then choose the nationality. This one says, my flag is red and yellow. I'm Chinese. There are lots of small white stars on my flag. So which flag has lots of small white stars? Is it, which one do you think? Do you have small stars and white? Yes, it's this one, which is the United States of America. We need the nationality here. We said it's American. So there's a big red cross here, this one. There's a big red cross on my flag. So we have a big red cross. This is a red cross and it's big. This is a red cross, but it's not big. That's why the answer is this one. So we'll write I'm British. My flag is blue with a small red and white cross. So it is blue. This is blue and the white cross is small. That's why I'm Australian. My flag is green, yellow, and blue. What do you think the answer here is? I will leave this for you. So you do the sentence, and also the last one. My flag is red, white, and black with a small bird. I'm. Which one is this country or nationality? Or what nationality is he or she? Complete these two sentences. I will leave them for you. We'll move now to the last task, which says write about your flag and your nationality. So it is your turn here. You have to write two sentences. Sentence number one, like this one, you describe your flag. And sentence number two, I'm like this one, you talk about your nationality. So we have two sentences. I will give you an example here for this question. Let's make it pink. So my flag is, I'll say the description and then you tell me. My flag is green and white. Which flag? It's an Arab country and it's from the Gulf countries with a green and white flag. What do you think the country is? Okay, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia, so I'm Saudi. Okay, so this is the country or the flag we have as an example. You can do this at home, prepare, and then do it with your teacher in class. So that's all for this lesson. See you next time. Wish you all the best. Bye.